Good morning, I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. According to the ACLU of Florida, several new state laws are designed to suppress diversity of thoughts in Florida's public schools, colleges, and universities. WMNF's Josh Holton reports from a forum in Tampa hosted by the ACLU that encourages the public to speak out about educational censorship.
The American Civil Liberties Union offered a forum of about 50 concerned citizens, teachers, students, lawyers, and media specialists in an effort to address anxieties while encouraging the public to speak out about educational censorship. Legal experts helped shed some light on a litany of legislation passed by the Republican supermajority in the state legislature and championed by presidential hopeful Governor Ron DeSantis as he waged a war on woke culture while curtailing the ability of teachers to use pronouns, talk about sexual orientation in the classroom, and even to keep certain books on their shelves. Katie Blankenship is the Deputy Legal Director for the ACLU.
We want to inform you about what we're doing, and we want to share with you and build ideas with you about how we can support you and how we can support the other counties that are so active in this work.
Blankenship says they are investigating legal claims in cases where Floridians feel like they have been harmed from a multitude of bills, including House Bill 1069, also known as the Don't Say Gay bill, which bans teachers and students from using and being called by their preferred pronouns and allows a single county resident, even if they have no affiliation with the school, to object to any book in school or classroom libraries.
We're investigating and focusing on potential K through 12 claims against and to stop and permanently block Stop Woke. We're looking at how to permanently stop the Don't Say Gay, but really we're focusing on 1069 at this point because all it does is expand.
Nicole St. Ledger is with Florida Freedom to Read and said the book bans have left hundreds of books to being taken off the shelves.
In the last 18 months, we have tracked more than 2,500 attempts on over 1,200 titles. 900 of those have either had a temporary or permanent pulling from the shelves. Think about that. It's 900 books gone.
A black woman in attendance at the meeting, Mitzi Mack, noted that those in attendance were primarily white. She's a media specialist with the Hillsborough County School District, and the new law restricting books requires a media specialist like herself to review which books should stay or go. While she liked that they were giving away banned books at the rally, she said a conversation like this, if it were held in East Tampa, would ensure equity of information getting out to all members of the community. She said the primary focus of keeping more of these books in question on the shelves is to offer children a mirror through reading.
This is all about, I want my child to read, not about the race in the book or the content in that book, really. It's about their children seeing themselves and being engaged enough to interact with that book.
One such student is Kirsten Lee, who is a freshman at Steinbrenner High School, a Hillsborough County public school. Lee works at an LGBTQ publication on campus called The Echo and said their campus is not backing down.
We are united as a group of young queer people, and we want to protect ourselves and to protect everyone in the LGBTQ plus community, and we will help however we can. We are with you all.
The ACLU is asking the public to submit incidents in which somebody may not have been able to find a banned book that they need if it has been removed, or if they feel like they or a loved one has been harmed in any way by these new laws. To submit information, go to action.aclu.org.
That report from WMNF's Josh Holton. You can find links to more information about censorship in Florida schools on our website, WMNF.org. A federal judge has temporarily blocked a Florida ban on kids attending adult live performances such as drag shows. Regan McCarthy reports the judge's ruling calls the law unconstitutionally vague.
After Governor Ron DeSantis signed the law last month, advocates said the ban would have a chilling effect. Carlos Guillermo-Smith, a Democrat, is a former state representative running for state senate.
This law, just like so many others, is using vagueness as a sword to intimidate people and to create fear.
The law allows the state to punish businesses for admitting kids to adult live performances, but doesn't define what that means. The law does not specifically mention drag shows, but the measure's sponsor said he was spurred to file the bill after hearing about a drag queen story time. I'm Regan McCarthy in Tallahassee.
A federal judge heard arguments Friday in an attempt by teachers' unions to block key parts of a new Florida law that places additional restrictions on public employee unions. The chief U.S. District Judge did not immediately rule on a request by the Florida Education Association and 3 other unions for a preliminary injunction. The unions contend that the law violates First Amendment and contract rights. Parts of the law require union members to fill out new government-worded membership forms and prevent union dues from being deducted from workers' paychecks. The lawsuit contends the form violates First Amendment rights because they include information about issues such as Florida being a right-to-work state. The unions argue that the forms would compel them to, as the judge describes it, be a courier for state messages about such issues. Passengers flying from the Northeast into Tampa, Sarasota, and other Central Florida airports no longer see delays due to a space launch. WMNF's Chris Young reports that the Federal Aviation Administration has reduced airspace restrictions.
Before, there was an area of airspace near the Kennedy Space Center that was closed during space launches. But in April, the clamshell-shaped area was cut majorly, allowing for more free airspace during launches. Dwayne Freer is the Air Traffic Organization's Space Operations Manager.
We've worked with Space Launch Delta 45 on drawing or developing a half clamshell, something that would allow us to leave open some of the critical routes to the Central Florida aviation market.
They worked with the U.S. Space Force to determine that the prior airspace restrictions were too large. According to the FAA, up to 36 flights to Tampa and other Central Florida airports had to be rerouted. This created up to 300 minutes of delay for as many as 4,300 passengers. But this reduction in closed airspace gets rid of those delays. And for people worried about flying during a launch,
I'd say that they have a spotless record of protection. The FAA is very proud of the safety record of the launch and reentry process. And it's very safe. It's very well thought out, very well analyzed.
For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young in Tampa.
Today it'll be mostly sunny and hot with a stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Highs will be in the mid-90s. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible with overnight lows in the mid-70s. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and hot. Highs tomorrow in the mid-90s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.